Welcome to Shorecrest Highlander of the Month celebration. This celebration is one that we look forward to because it gives us an opportunity to highlight the incredible accomplishments and contributions of our students. For our staff, they often only get one student in an entire year that they get to celebrate this way. So it is an exciting time for all of us and a time that always lifts our spirits. We would typically be in our library with the sun coming up behind us as we honored our young people. We are doing it virtually this year, but with the same spirit and the same love, and I hope you enjoyed the messages that are shared today, celebrating and honoring our Shorecrest students. Thank you and welcome to Highlander of the Month.
Hi, my name is Miss King, and I teach art here at Shorecrest. And my student of the month is Caspian Fleming, and I'm going to show you some of his works as I talk a little bit about him. So Caspian Fleming is a master of conveying the power of one art form's inspiration of another form. He is a deep and honest person who is moved by the voices, messages, and actions of many musicians. Caspian pays tribute to these artists and their guidance through his own artwork. For his AP portfolio, he has created a series of works that center on the strength and support these artists and their music have given him in his own life. He is a role model of strength and diligence. His peers see someone who is unafraid to be himself and to create artwork that resonates with his own life. The beautiful thing is that Caspian's truth and power carry through to the viewers of his work. In doing so, he has become the source of inspiration for all of us who see his work. It has been a delight to see Caspian leap to new levels of exploration and skill in his art and life. Keep going, Caspian. You're just getting started. Congratulations. Hi, my name is Miss King, and I teach art at Shorecrest. And my student of the month is Liam Crouch. I am going to show you some of Liam's artwork while I talk a little bit about him. So, Liam Crouch is part artist, part mad scientist, part storyteller, and part sophomore high school student. This rare amalgam is a treat to have in art class. Liam is the second sophomore I've had in AP art. As a quiet and extremely modest person, you would never know the wild and imaginative things he has within himself. One look at his artwork and you will know that Liam has the unique ability to show you his artistic genius. Once you start talking to him and looking through his sketchbook, you learn that he has an entire set of unpublished sci-fi novels he is creating in his head. These are partly shown in his various drawings, paintings, collages, and more. His sketchbooks are like scientific journals with innumerable media, color experimentations, and abundant notes. Liam has also been a core member of Art Club, bring his creativity and artistic inspirations to a bigger audience. Liam, keep sharing your imagination and art with us. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Mr. Powell, and I am the Avid 11 and Avid 12 teacher at Shorecrest. And it is my privilege to announce the Highlander of the Month Award for the Avid department to Armando Valdez Moreno. I have worked with Armando as a 10th grader in my English class, and also was able to work with Armando last semester in my Avid 11 class. And I can tell you first off that everyone wants to be around Armando. He is someone that has such a positive energy. He is someone who is so respectful, and his ability to listen has always impressed me. That he is such a thoughtful listener, and he's able to process ideas and then apply those ideas to his work. I also really appreciate about Armando that he has really figured out remote learning. He has the habits, he has the determination, and really he has a support system at home that allows him to be so successful during a really tough time to do school. And I have just been so impressed with the way that Armando has carried himself as a student and as a person this year. One of the biggest things that also stood out to me about Armando is I challenged him last semester to get more involved, to look for those extracurricular activities that he cares about. And it was so great to hear him this semester come back to Highlander Home and say, hey, Mr. Powell, I have a job. I'm tutoring now. And it speaks volumes to who he is as a person, not only as a student, but now challenging himself and continuing to challenge himself outside the classroom. Congratulations, Armando. This is a well-deserved Highlander of the Month award.
Leanne Rosema here, speaking on behalf of Zoe Lemption. Congratulations on being awarded the Highlander of the Month for music. I have only nice things to say about you and your consistency in online learning. You always participate in the chat when I ask you to. You are verbal when needed. You're just an amazing participant in the group. That just shows the consistency that I've gotten from you over the past several years, and that consistency being that you're an awesome student and you just continue to be an awesome student. The other thing I just adore about you is how kind you are and considerate of other people. And I think that that shows in any situation you're in, whether it's online or in person. You are kind, considerate, consistent, brilliant. Thanks, Zoe.
Good morning. I am thrilled to share my praise for Miss Jalen BV as my Highlander of the Month for Avid. And what I want you all to know is that Jalen has really been such a bright spot in both Avid and in my Highlander home this year. She's always early to class. She always has a cheerful hello, whether it's with her voice or in the chat. She's really engaged, and she pays attention, and she asks great questions. She's a strong advocate for herself, reaching out when she needs extra support with work, or just a pick-me-up and a little, you got this, some encouragement. And I really just love how she knows what she needs and she asks for it. And that's really a great quality that you have, Jalen. You are also a real team player. You are definitely available to support your peers and to offer a funny joke or I don't know, there's just such character and personality that you have. And even when I don't get to hear your voice, that comes out beautifully in this online learning environment. Excuse me. You've had a lot of responsibility this year, both online with your grades, at home. You have stayed steady. You've learned to really decrease your stress by chunking your work and organizing yourself in a way that sets you up for success. And I know that will serve you well because life just continues to give us more balls to juggle. And I'm excited for you to have these skills and feel confident in using them. I'm proud of you for taking care of yourself, for setting really high goals and keeping yourself organized. Keep learning about you, keep challenging yourself, and keep just chipping away at all those to-dos, kiddo. And a closing quote that I thought about for you as I was writing my tidbit is that it's from Christopher Robin in Winnie the Pooh. At least I think that's what it's from. And it is, promise me you'll always remember, you're braver than you think, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Good job, Jalen.
Hi, my name is Matt Gallagher. I teach in the math department. My student that I've nominated for Highlander of the Month for March 2021 is LJ Larry Baxter. Goes by LJ. He was a student I had the pleasure of knowing in semester 1 and 2 of this particular school year. He was pre-calculus, like many students from Algebra 2, who are very confident. He was soon challenged by the rigors of half-page solutions and deceptive word problems, and things didn't always go his way early. But LJ made a decision to do whatever it would take to get mastery over this new rigorous topic. He talked to the adults in his life, his grandmother, his counselor, and myself. He was able to articulately voice his frustrations and his goals, And he was willing to hear advice about and change his mode of operating to get it going in a good way. He and I met almost daily outside of class in order to talk about the math. Inside of class, he frequently asked and answered questions that were posed and demonstrated a logic that I really admired. When I gave a class survey about who do you like to work with in class, his name was one of a handful of students who came up that they'd be happy to work with in a breakout room group because he's kind, not pushy, doesn't go too fast, and he has a good idea of what to do. So those are pretty complimentary things to say from peers. LJ, for your perseverance, vulnerability in the process, good humor, and growth in your mathematical mind, I nominate you as my Highlander of the Month for March 2021. Good job, buddy.
Hello, Highlanders of Shorecrest. This is Vince Caruso, Shorecrest High School Band Director, and I'm here to recognize one of our musicians from the band program who's doing a fantastic job this year. And that person is sophomore trumpet player Harrison Hank Rose. Hank does a fantastic job every day. He's in class, he's engaged, he's answering questions, he's willing to demonstrate things on his trumpet, and he's shown actually a lot of growth in the last year. Last year as a freshman, he always had a really beautiful trumpet sound, had good range, good facility, good technique, but sometimes struggled to play with steady pulse, for example, like with a metronome. And this year he's made a lot of real growth and progress in that department and has just been doing a fantastic job. And I'm really looking forward to what is next when we finally get back to in person. I'm sure he's going to keep killing it and just keep getting better and better. And I just always appreciate the positive attitude and the willingness to share, not only with his classmates, but with me. Sometimes he'll send videos, like YouTube links, videos that are inspiring or really cool. And it's always cool when students are willing to share what they're passionate about with the teacher. So I appreciate that a lot. Hank, keep doing what you're doing. You will go far, and look forward to seeing you back on campus, hopefully relatively soon. Thank you so much for your contributions.
Hey there, Rowan. It's Coach Quillis here, sitting in my office at Shorecrest High School. I just want to let you know that I really want to commend you on the work that you've put in over the last 4 weeks in class. After our conversation that we had that one day when I reached out to you and you stuck around and had that conversation with me. You were struggling. You may still be struggling, but you were not passing the class. Your grade was almost non-existent. And it was a hard conversation. I could hear it in your voice. I know it was emotional. And you told me that you were going through some rough stuff. I asked you to work harder. I asked you to engage. I asked you to push yourself, despite of all the hard times that you were going through. I asked a lot of you. I told you not to quit. I asked you not to quit and give up. And you did not. You responded by putting your nose to the grindstone and working and turning things in, responding to my emails, showing up to class, not leaving class and engaging in a conversation when I asked you to, so daily check-ins. And because of your hard work, the reward is that you are passing the class. Okay, you increased your grade from, I believe it was a 6% when we talked, to over 60% now. That is huge. Okay, a lot of times you're hearing about the people who were chosen as Highlander of the Month because they have straight A's. Okay, that may come easy, but going from 6% to over 60% is a massive task and difficult, especially with the situation we're in now. So I just wanted to say congratulations. I've named you Highlander of the Month for PE for your hard work and dedication. Thank you for not quitting. Good work. Hi there, Scott. Coach Quillis here, teaching individual sports and fitness. And I'm here to talk about Highlander of the Month for March of 2021. I chose Javier Reyschek to be my student of the month because Javi comes every day that we have class and takes care of business. He comes with a smile on his face. He comes with a joke to tell. He comes laughing at my stupid jokes. Sometimes he's quiet. And if I'm trying to get the class to talk or engage and nobody is, and he sees me getting frustrated, Javier's camera pops on, boink, if it wasn't on already. See his big smile, his wild hair, and just say, hey, coach, I got you. What do you need? What do you want? So he's been there to support me. He's taking care of himself and supporting himself and getting an A in the class, and just exemplifies what we need during this time. Is a positive outlook in some grim times. Again, can't say enough, but I really don't know what else to say other than he's the man. He's getting it done, and he is my Highlander of the Month. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Baker, and I teach AP Environmental Science, and today I would like to recognize Nikola Kumik for Highlander of the Month. I know that Highlander of the Month is way beyond academics, but I have to take a moment to say how impressed I was consistently with not only the work effort involved in getting an A in an AP class, but that questions and comments were always thoughtful and made connections far past the current curriculum. And really, Nikola is an incredibly creative thinker, which is a beautiful thing. Also, the fact that he can work well by himself as well as in a group in remote learning is pretty special and worthy of note. But beyond academically, I am super impressed with consistent displays of maturity and dedication and communication, asking questions when no one else would ask questions, putting yourself out there in a world of Zoom where all your classmates are faceless, really shows some resilience, and it was very impressive. Also, I know Nikola worked almost not quite a full-time job outside of school, but definitely more than part-time, and was wonderful about not only communicating that those were issues, but achieving despite that. I know that he did hard work to get an A, but I really feel like, Nikola, you deserve more recognition for the work you did that doesn't get graded. So you're an A student, but you're a grade A human being. And I really hope that you're proud of yourself and that your parents know how amazing you are, because it was a delight to have you in class. So congratulations on Highlander of the Month.
Hi, I'm Stephen Grouden. I am a social studies teacher here at Shorecrest, and it's my honor to announce the Highlander of the Month in social studies for the month of April. I am being assisted here by my trusty assistant, Lulu the Princess. And I've had over 150 students over the course of this year. Looking after all of my students, I've had many of them who are outstanding in the classroom, wonderful kids, great citizens involved in a variety of extracurriculars. But there was one student who has really stood out. This is a girl who, in the classroom, during remote learning, has consistently volunteered to unmute, to speak up, to raise questions, to serve as a role model. Her work has been consistently outstanding. But what really blew me away and distinguished was when I learned that throughout this entire pandemic, she has been working 4-hour shifts every week as a volunteer at Swedish Hospital. This is at a time when hundreds of thousands of people have been afflicted with COVID-19, and she has been volunteering her time at Swedish while maintaining near perfect grades. So it is my delight to announce Ruthie Ross as the April Highlander of the Month for Shorecrest. I've got 3 words in conclusion. Ruthie Ross rocks. Congratulations, Ruthie.
Hola, buenas tardes. I am nominating Fiona Reed for Student of the Month for World Language. She is in one of my Spanish 1 classes. And what I've noticed about Fiona in the last 6 or 7 weeks is that she is super curious and she asks really insightful questions that help the rest of the class process and think about the material that we're learning. And it's almost like she's been planted there, and her questions are like sort of part of some pre-written script because they're always just on point. She is present, she is participating, and in each class and making the most of our virtual environment. And I look forward to the rest of the school year and to see the progress that she makes and maybe even have her as a student next year in Spanish too. Thank you.
Hey Scots, it's Miss Gorney. Maybe I'm your English teacher, maybe I'm not, but I am so excited to be here and announce my first Highlander of the Month candidate since being a teacher at Shorecrest this year. Garrett Chamberlain, I am talking to you. You deserve this. Garrett, thank you for being a consistent and reliable student leader in my classes, whether it's Highlander Home or English 9 this term. I appreciate and I look forward to seeing you hop on Zoom and wave to me and your classmates, hearing from you in the chat and keeping class engaging. My English students know that sometimes I feel like, I'm talking to myself most days, but Garrett's the guy that lets me know I'm not. Garrett lets me know if someone's out there in my Zoom land and someone's paying attention. So Garrett, thank you. I am continuously impressed with the work you're turning in, especially during a virtual school year. It's thoughtful, your work is thoughtful, and I can tell you put your heart into it. And the pieces you turn in, I'm just impressed. I couldn't think of a better candidate than you. You deserve this 110%. And I know, and I'm so excited for you to experience high school back on campus as it should be soon enough. I know you're going to thrive. So Garrett, thank you for being a student leader. I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have you in class, and I'm really happy to acknowledge you as my Highlander of the Month. Go Scots.
Hi, my name is Linda Cobb, and I'm here to tell you about my Highlander of the Month, Isaac Smith. I first met Isaac as a freshman in 9th grade health, and he was delightful to have in class as a freshman. Fun, witty, always participating, engaged, a high caliber student. And so when I went to select my Highlander of the Month this time around, I was amazed that Isaac has never been chosen as Highlander of the Month. I have him this year in AP Psychology, and Isaac brings so much to our class. He's so fun, and highly engaged, excellent participation. He comes to class each day with his camera on. He's willing to help us with demonstrations. We've had him all around his room demonstrating some fun psych concepts. He's participated in taste tests and challenges, but more importantly, he's just a really natural leader. He's willing to share what he is learning and help other students to understand sometimes challenging concepts, showing how psychology concepts and terms apply to real life. He really elevates everybody's understanding tremendously. He takes pride in his work. He is dependable, and he is also not just passionate about his learning, but he's really passionate about Shorecrest and his contributions as a person. And I really appreciate that this year more than ever. He is just an amazing young man who's going to go on and take those great qualities and be successful elsewhere. So Isaac, thank you for all that you bring to our class and add to our class, and it's makes a huge difference, and it's greatly appreciated. Congratulations on your Highlander of the Month.
Hi, my name is Bryn Saskor, and I chose Sydney Summers as my Highlander of the Month for the Family and Consumer Sciences Department. I chose Sydney for a lot of reasons, and mostly because of her leadership and her authenticity and just her brightness. I thought Sydney was a senior, but she's a sophomore. In this world of Zoom, where screens are off and people aren't comfortable unmuting, Sydney has been literally a bright spot, leaving her camera on, interacting, and it's not only good for me, but for the other students. And it's so easy to not have the camera on, especially when nobody else does. And it's difficult to have that confidence. And really, I think she really understands that it's for others that she has that on. So that's one reason, of course. She and one other student are always have their cameras on in class, the only two. But she's also just really thoughtful, and she works well with other students. She's not afraid to take the lead, but she's also very comfortable having others lead. But in those, kind of awkward breakout rooms, she will be the one who tries to get the conversation started, keep the task going, bring people into the conversation, and do all of those things that a true leader does. She's also, this is my child psychology class, and she works at her mom's school, working with children, and we chat all the time about all the different experiences that she's having. So it's fun because she's taking what we're learning in class and applying it in her volunteer position. And it's just really been wonderful to have Sydney in class this semester. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Potter, and I would like to recognize Jose as my Highlander of the Month for my robotics class. Congratulations, Jose. You are currently my top scoring student in the robotics class. Doing robotics from home hasn't been easy. I sent everybody home with a kit, hoping that they could figure it out. And Jose has risen to the challenge. He has figured out every challenge that I've done, turned everything in on time, and completed many of the programs to a step above and beyond what my expectations would be. So Jose, it feels kind of weird making this, choosing you as Highlander of the Month when I've never met you. I really hope that you will come into my class and say hi at some point when we're back in school. Congratulations on being Highlander of the Month. Set. Go. Hello, I'm Mrs. Potter, and I would like to honor Kuba for my Student of the Month. And I chose Kuba even though he's actually not in my class till term 4, but he's been in my TSA group and my robotics group this year, and he's just been an outstanding participant. He has been working by himself on a robot. I think the thing that really stood out to me is he showed up at our first practice and he had a complete autonomous program written, which compared to other students, usually they do a little bit, they try it on the field, and it either works or it doesn't work, and then they modify, do more. But Kuba showed up, set it down, and had this whole beautiful program that worked fantastic. He was really honored for his work this weekend. We had our TSA state conference, and he won first place in the VEX robotics competition. And he also participated in several other things and did really well in all the activities. So congratulations, Kuba. I can't wait to actually have you in class, but I really just wanted to honor you as Highlander of the Month.
Hi, my name is Carrie Bonello, and I teach English here at Shorecrest High School. It is my honor to announce that the Highlander of the Month for the English department is Ruby Campbell. Ruby is in my 9th grade English class, and Ruby is one of the only students who is willing to have their video on every day. And I can't tell you how much this means to us as teachers right now in a sea of black screens. Just the vulnerability and the willingness to turn your screen on when no one else is doing it just means the world to us. In this world where we're so used to relating to our students, and right now we can't. It just feels like that one real person there that we can actually talk to and see a face and connect with. So I just want to thank Ruby for always participating in anything we throw her way in class. She always participates in chats and breakout rooms, answering questions and things like that that seem like they're something so small, but right now in the world we're teaching in and living in and being students in, it is such a big thing that Ruby has been so vulnerable to turn her camera on and just interact with me. So I want to thank Ruby for being such an all-star, and I'm honored to announce her as the Highlander of the Month.
I'm here to talk a little bit about Gwendolyn Dominguez in my AP World History class. First and foremost, I'm just so impressed with her character and what she kind of projects and puts out every single day. It's positivity, it's hope, it's encouragement and support for everyone around her, including me, which is such a big deal for me. It makes a big difference every single day. She shows up and she's ready to learn. She's got her camera on in a sea of black screens. And I know that that's not easy, but she does it. And it's just, it's so valuable. And I've even had other students talk about how they appreciate it as well. Even when they're not comfortable having their own on, seeing her makes a difference. Like I said before, she's super supportive of me. And she does her work with great care and she shows effort, really great critical thinking. She offers input and has such a great attitude just every day. And I so appreciate that. I'm really proud of her and excited to see kind of where this goes for her in the future. I'm excited to meet her, hopefully in person, and just really thankful for her hard work and her presence in my class. Thanks, Gwen.
Hi, I am Miss Rio and I teach Spanish too. And for Highlander of the Month, I am recommending Finn Mabry. Finn comes to class every day and is super excited to be learning Spanish. They are quick in the chat. They always ask questions. Anytime I put them into a breakout room, I can rely on them to do the work, even if it's challenging or fun. Finn always has a really positive disposition. They come in ready to learn and also to have a good time. So it is my pleasure to recommend Finn Mabry for Highlander of the Month. Congratulations. Felicidades.
Hi, Aaron. I am so excited to congratulate you on receiving the honor of Highlander of the Month for our Directed Studies department. You have shown all of the qualities of a true Scot. You come to your Zoom lessons every day. You have almost perfect attendance. And when you show up, your camera is on and you are ready to work. You also have made huge progress on your IEP goals, have been able to work with several different staff successfully, and continue to impress all of us and bring smiles to our faces. Way to go on this big accomplishment. We are all so proud of you.
Hi, my name is Brent Busby, and I have the privilege this month of sharing my nomination for Student of the Month, month of March. And my selection is Blake Beck. Blake is a senior this year, and I've instructed Blake for the last 4 years in our program. And I will say that this year has been especially noticeable because of the COVID instruction, the remote learning that's gone on. And I will say that Blake has, he's grown tremendously through this COVID time, where I know it's a challenging time, but for Blake to be as resilient as he has been and to be able to master a variety of technology skills, all the way from at the start, first figuring out how to work with Canvas and submit assignments and Zoom World and how to be in break rooms and share screens and so many different aspects to just what the necessity is for technology. And Blake has been what we have as one of our words for our motto he has been tenacious. So tenacity has been a strength of his. And I'm just, again, so proud of Blake for persevering during this time, and excited for the next few months that I get to spend with Blake as he wraps up his Shorecrest time and graduates in June. And so, Blake, congratulations. You are an awesome student, and you're going to do well in your next steps, life after Shorecrest. So, again, so proud of you. Keep it up. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm here to present the Highlander of the Month Award for the Math Department. My Highlander of the Month nominee for the Math Department is Calvin Rice. Calvin was able to excel in a college-level calculus class during online learning. As you can imagine, that's not an easy thing to do. We were on a tremendously fast pace, but Calvin was able to adapt, made the most out of difficult situation. I also appreciate that Calvin was one of my few students to continually have his camera on. He was always participating, asking questions, trying to understand these complex, complicated topics. And Calvin did all this while juggling one of the most difficult schedules in school, including AP Physics, AP Calculus, AP U.S. History. So I am very excited that Calvin is being recognized for his perseverance, his hard work, and participation. I'm proud to award Calvin the Highlander of the Month for the Math Department. Congratulations, Calvin.
Hi, my name is Brenda Kruzmark, and for the month of March, it's my honor to choose as Highlander of the Month for Science, Mr. Vito Nith. From the beginning of the term, Vito has stood out with his enthusiastic, engaging manner. He participates in the class and collaborates really well with all of his partners, and he asks clarifying questions that actually benefit all of the students. From the beginning of class this term, Vito was personable, thoughtful. He participates all in our entry tasks, whether it's sharing your favorite book, pet peeves, and even some show and tells that we get to know the kids with a little bit better by having them share a few things that are unique to them. Vito has turned in very thoughtful, reflective work, and he utilizes some of his home lab materials to create some interesting results. Well, we're still in the very beginning of the term, it seems, but Vito has shown interest and ability in chemistry. I can't wait to see what his future experiments look like. His curiosity and love of learning are going to serve him well in this class and throughout his time at Shorecrest and beyond. It's really great to have a student like Vito. He provides a great role model for the other kids in chemistry. Congratulations, Vito.
Thank you for joining us for Highlander of the Month. We have a ritual here at Shorecrest. Whenever we end Highlander of the Month, and usually we're in our beautiful library watching the sunrise at this time, we take a moment to stop putting all of the attention on these wonderful young people. Yes, they're wonderful. Yes, we're proud of them. But what about us? What about the parents, the guardians, and the family members? We should have a moment too. So let me show you how we do this at Shorecrest High School. First, let me bring an example student. Please join me. Students in the audience today, I would like you to see what I typically see, the face of a teenager, happy, so happy, not really, to stand next to her mom. But today, at the end of Highlander of the Month, students, you are required by state law to take a moment and allow your parent to kiss you and hug you and tell you they love you. And you're gonna like it. You ready? I love you, honey. Smile big. And sometimes that's the best we can get. Thank you so much for being here today. Go Scots!